The following video is a stub and a thumbnail sketch of the history from 2002 approximately forward of a group of words that I'm going to try to fit into the title of this video for those of you who aren't aware of this history. Now, I want to point out that some of this only has sources on the net in alternate languages, multiple languages, or a mix-up of them because of the nature of the internet. So accuracy is not even claimed. Around 2002, a former coal miner became a chiropractor. This individual was named Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, like the Danilov Pass thing. A year later, 2003, Sensei, The Origin of Shambhala, is a book this individual wrote under a pen name, Anastasia Novykh, which is a pen name previously used by Halyna Yablochkina. Okay, I can't cram all of that into the title, so some of it's going to be in the description. Let's move on. By 2009, this individual was either related to, associated with, or had created the Creative Society. And the website for it, thecreativesociety.com or whatever, was live in some form or another in various places. 2011, Lagoda International, a public organization, also went live. This is also according to original statements from multiple websites that are all meshed together. 2012, he and or the group trademarked the expression AlLatRa or AlLatRa. 2013, a book of that name was done under the pen name Anastasia Novykh. Again, it's just Igor Danilov doing this. Okay. Then in 2014, this organization named AlLatRa, various ways, International Public Movement, the website was made. Or the group was, it's complicated. Next, 2021, the Creative Society's current website now was active and posting. It had been domain named before that, but you get the idea. 2023, the Earth Save Science Collective website was registered and created 2023. AlLatRa or AlLatRa combines a crescent moon, Al-Lat, and a circle sun Ra symbol and deity combination. It's a circle with a crescent moon, horns up. This group may have or not, depending on who you talk to, promoted conspiracy theories through shell companies and odd organizations that went under various names and either did or did not continue to exist and or was involved in, as claimed by them, tricking scientists into thinking they were something that they weren't so that they could be seen with prominent academics and somehow associate with them and be on their coattails. This is a set of claims. They're also, the group seemed to promote secret elite baby eater conspiracy theories and pseudoscience, most commonly associated with implied or wink wink nudge nudge anti-Semitic statements, because it's almost always anti-Semitism. We're at 5 minutes and we're already going there. Okay. Now that's the organization, the group, the whatever. And also you can see also a docudrama, called The Impact, which oddly enough is being promoted or not by this group at some time, I don't know exactly when, or is extremely hard to find or is extremely easy to find, but again, most of this is in we're now at the point of dealing with several languages and lots of different names stacked, and I'll try to put all of them in the description, actually in the title, so you can maybe find it. Now we're going to be covering the face of this organization currently, which is no longer Igor Mikhailovich Danilov, under a pseudonym of a lady who used that pseudonym before him. The face of this organization currently on YouTube and many other places is a specific individual that has been mistaken for being an AI-generated avatar character used for presentation purposes because of his very interesting behavior. Egon Cholakian claims to be a retired legislative tax analyst and or international tax law professional during the Nixon and or Ford and or Reagan eras, and also claims to be named or at least mentioned somewhere in CERN Laboratories' 4 volumes of Future Circular Collider Study Reports, and are, because of that, claims to have material science and particle physics like level qualifications. Now, I'm going to cut everybody off at this point. This individual apparently doesn't have any certificates or college degrees or anything in the subject that can be easily presented, but may be claiming to have practical experience in it, which may be even more valuable, but this is based on invoking CERN. And there's a bunch of other statements I'm not bringing up because they're not brought up with any ability. They're non-falsifiable because they're claims of, I was involved in, some project somewhere of some kind, but there's no way to look it up. At least we know where CERN is, and we can look up Future Circular Collider and translate that wording into Czechoslovakian and locate it. And then from there, good luck. We got Czechoslovakian, we have a variation on Russian that's spoken in Ukraine, we have English, etc. Let's move on. This individual may have none of these qualifications or all of them. It may be an alternate reality, I don't want to say game. It could be anything here. Let's move on. This individual, Egon, is registered as a foreign agent lobbyist as of 2024, July 12th or something, as Mr. and or Dr. Alan, Egon, etc. And also has his Gmail account, his phone number, his P.O. box, and physical addresses in Massachusetts listed. Some of them are a bit problematic. One of them is supposed to be Harvard Square Station in Cambridge and or Boston, Massachusetts. Another one is supposed to be somewhere on Washington Street in Somerville, Massachusetts. These are all, by law, public documents that have been posted. And obviously, if you're using a post office box or a suite number at a building, the reason for that is so that it has to be a way you can be contacted, but it also should be, unless you're really stupid, not your home address. You're not required to give a home address. In fact, if you're acting as a foreign agent and or lobbyist, you're told specifically, please don't use your home address, use a business address. That's why they actually they don't specify it, but they basically kind of encourage you, put a business address here. But one of them is an address where you look at it, it's a doorway in the middle of several parts of a building. It looks like a storefront. Lobbying for the subject matter of geophysical climate analyst reporter. for a client named as, and I'm going to butcher this, sorry, Gromadska Splika Mij, I can't pronounce it, and then a city street or some other name, Ruk, addressed as number 7 Golo, I can't pronounce it, in Kiev, Ukraine. But if you use a different wording, you get the actual street number. Okay, but again, it's a problematic street number. I have the GPS for where it's likely at, but I can't confirm or deny it. Non-falsifiable data shouldn't include your address unless you're worried. This is a subsidiary of International Public Movement AlLatRa, and it's in Alpharetta, Georgia. As of 2005, Egon reads off teleprompter content in an almost perfectly static pose that would look like an NPC out of any video game and be criticized for it for literally hours on end for YouTube channel content. And also see the Impact, a docudrama diary, I'm going to call it. What is this all about? Okay, the group, it's a large group in Ukraine that wants to solve the world's problems by, I'm going to just say, trying to do something that can't actually be done. And the group either does or does not have a cult-like behavior pattern out of people who are especially after they're told, that actually can't happen because you'd have to get everybody to agree to it, which is literally the problem with humanity right now and has been for millennia. The other part of this is again, they've convinced academics and scientists and such to show up and be interviewed or be seen in the room with them, and then they use this almost like propaganda on their website to get people to agree that they're part of a movement. The next thing is that it has all the earmarks of a cult, but then so does a lot of other groups and organizations, so I don't know what to think of it. So if you came here for answers about Egon, we're just going to call him Egon, I don't got any. He claims to be a legislative tax analyst and international tax law professional. That just means he's probably an expert in tax laws between countries. I don't know anything more about him. Neither do you, unless you do know. Go ahead and say so. And as for CERN Laboratories' Future Circular Collider study, him being named in it, another claim is that it was another person with a similar name, which I'm amazed you could have a similar name. So that's Alan Egon. I can't pronounce it. And that's it. Now, I'm going to omit, except for links to it, the phone number, the email address, a bunch of stuff. It's not particularly important. Also, none of the addresses lead to I hope not, to a person's address so they can't be doxxed or harassed. Please don't do that. Now, looking up trends.google.com and looking up Egon, I can't pronounce it. A. Egon, I can't pronounce it. Dr. A. Egon, I can't pronounce it. And then Alan Egon, or whatever, that sort of thing, will be linked below if you want to look through it and see that there's a spike way long time ago for something else I can't even track down. And also some map links that do give away the physical location, but again, it might just well be a P.O. box. I will be using the one thing I could find that would be considered personal-ish, and it's the signature the person used. Again, these are open documents. I'll be using that for the thumbnail, showing the time and date stamp and what a signature looks like. Because other than the deadpan style of his presentation and immobility, we know nothing about this individual. And again, this individual is reading off a teleprompter for several hours at a time in such a way that people were literally convinced he's an AI or something. Some sort of computer-generated game engine kind of thing. I seriously want him to hire himself out to do some other stuff and actually be put in a video game, because it's literally that convincing. He's literally better than an NPC kind of thing. I don't know what his actual history is, but so far we have this. And again, as for Igor Danilov, he's a former coal miner that became a chiropractor that became basically guru in some organization trying to save the world from itself. Okay. So that's it. Stub done. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. You'll need it.